From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Kruger, and we're going to start off with Kruger's Quickcast, where we go through your forecasts in about 1 to 2 minutes so you can just know what to expect as you're heading out the door. But stick around after that for a more detailed forecast. So let's get you out the door this morning for your August 21st. Well, it looks like we're going to be looking at another cool start to the day. You can open up those windows, let in some of that cool air. Temperatures mainly in the mid-50s, give or take, for the mountains, for the coast, and for the valley, temperatures in the low to mid-60s. Now, we take a look at Futurecast. It's still dry. You're hearing about showers and thunderstorms. That won't be until tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to talk about that timing a little bit more detail here in a little bit, but let's take a look at today. Just some of the clouds along the coast. Some afternoon clouds here for many of the mountain areas, but still looking at a dry day out there for today. So speaking of today, temperatures much like yesterday. Maybe a degree or two cooler in some spots here, but we're mainly in the low 90s for most of us in the valley. 80s for the higher elevations, some of the highest elevations mainly in the 70s. And of course for the coast, we got those mid 60s for your daytime highs. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook real quickly here, and yeah, there it is. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Those are the 3 main days that we're going to be looking for when we're talking about showers and thunderstorms. But again, the timing of that is going to be a little different for everyone. And it looks like Friday is going to be the main event before it starts to kind of kick off and move on out of here by the time we do get into your Saturday. And by the way, it's also warming up significantly for everyone, with the exception of the coast. Obviously not a very big increase, but a big increase for the rest of us as we go into early next week. All right, let's take a look at your weather headlines as we go into our deeper dive forecast now. Highs will stay below normal for the rest of the week. Cooler with rain, thunderstorms later this week. We're talking snow, folks. We're talking the possibility for some snow down between 7,000 and 8,000 feet, especially on Friday. Triple digits are expected to return to the valley by next week. But it's not going to be major. We're not talking 105, 110, all right? We're talking just kind of touching that 100-degree mark. Here's the latest on the fires. Remember, these are acres and containment numbers as of last night. Usually around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, we start to see updates with these numbers. So just remember that when you're watching this. But this is just the basic idea here. 56% containment as of last night for the Park Fire, and about 14% containment as of last night for the Boise Fire. There's where we're seeing most of that containment here on the west side of the fire. By the way, this is all kind of filled in right here. This was just a little arm yesterday that kind of filled in. We also saw a little bit of growth to the south, tiny bit to the south here on the south end of the fire. That's really kind of the difference here from the last 24 hours or so. Now the fire outlook is looking pretty good today. The winds aren't going to be that much of a factor, but the winds are picking up tomorrow. So once again, we do have that elevated fire risk. And as a matter of fact, too, the National Weather Service for Modoc County, Eastern Lassen County has issued a fire weather watch for Thursday for gusty winds and low humidity. But I'm talking showers and thunderstorms for Thursday, Friday. So what are we talking about here? This is crazy. Well, let's start off by taking a look at what the winds are going to do. All right, so there you can see, again, the winds overall are not all that bad, but look what happens as the storm system begins to approach on Thursday. There you can see on Thursday, those winds starting to really pick up here from the south and even off to the east as well. Now, we take a look at the humidity levels, kind of the same situation. We go into this afternoon, it's pretty dry. Now we go into Thursday, look what happens. We're seeing some really good relative humidity levels because of the approaching storm system. Now the humidity levels are increasing a bit, but again, keep in mind, pretty dry through a good portion of the day, and not to mention gusty winds there. And that's why we do have that fire weather watch for Modoc County, Eastern Lassen County as well. So here's what I'm tracking with the approaching storm system. Scattered showers, thunderstorms are expected. Now we could see for some areas as early as tomorrow, The main event will be Friday, and then some areas will see it on Saturday. It's going to be kind of one of those things kind of coming in on Thursday, exiting on Saturday. Gusty south-southwest winds in advance and around the time of the storm system moving through. Periods of heavy rain, hail, lightning. You know, you think about what we saw last Saturday. We could see a repeat of that in some areas here, especially as we go into Friday. And as I mentioned, snow levels as low as really more like 7,000 to 8,000 feet for those snow levels. All right, so things could get interesting around here, and it's all because of this guy right here, spinning area of low pressure. This is going to be diving down to the south. Now, the positioning of this low is really going to determine the timing and the overall intensity of the rain that we do see. So let's start with tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center has just a little sliver in northwestern Del Norte County with a chance for thunderstorms. But I'll be honest, I think we're going to see some here as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Okay? Let's take you into Friday. You see how it starts to fill in? But I want you to notice we're not seeing a lot of activity here in the east. And when we look at Futurecast, you'll see what I'm talking about here. This is going to be one of those events where really a majority of the rain and thunderstorms will be, say, valley westward. Now, some of those will spill over eastward into Modoc, and we're going to see the chance for thunderstorms there. But most of the activity will actually be to the north and west. So let's take a look at Futurecast. You'll see what I'm talking about. So here we are today. You're seeing the clouds along the coast. I don't think we're going to see a lot of clearing for the coast today. That's because we have the storm system really approaching at this point. But tomorrow morning, there may be a few light showers along the coast. But look at everywhere else. It's still mainly clear, mainly dry, right? By noon Thursday, you might be thinking, what are you talking about, showers and thunderstorms? There's nothing happening. Well, again, it's taking its own sweet time getting here. All right, so by the afternoon on Thursday, we're beginning to see some activity popping up, especially in Siskiyou County. But look at the valley. We're beginning to see a little bit of pop-up shower activity there. Could we see a straight thunderstorm as we go into the evening hours? It's not out of the question. But look at Corning, Chico, Oroville, Willows. You're probably still going to be dry. But even look to the west of this line right here. It's not very active. So even for the inland areas, Trinity County, the coast, not a ton of rain, not a lot of thunderstorms. But look at Modoc County, Lassen County, Plumas County, all completely dry and really for the most part clear. So again, keep in mind, as this storm system's moving through, what is it doing? It's also amping up those winds. We've got gusty winds with this. That's the high fire danger that we have here. Dry conditions, no rain, right? No thunderstorms, just the wind and dry conditions for Thursday. That's why we've got that, which will probably eventually be a red flag warning. Okay, so let's take you to Thursday night. All right, now it's beginning to push more to the east. We're seeing the clouds move into the east. We still got those thunderstorms in Siskiyou County, but things are kind of quieting down elsewhere. Then we go into your Friday. So look at the activity. This is the disturbance right here, rotating around the area of low pressure. But it's going to take its time getting here, even on Friday. So Friday, yes, a few showers, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms here and there, but just a lot of the cloud cover and the colder air beginning to move in. Let's take you to Friday around noon. Now that disturbance is moving in, you've got the showers, heavy rainfall, maybe some thunderstorms here for the North Coast, Trinity County, Western Siskiyou County. But once again, even around noon, we're just not seeing a lot of activity, even for the valley eastward. But you see these clear skies here? As the colder air aloft is moving in, we can see some of that daytime heating, and then the thunderstorms could pop up here for many parts of the valley. But you see how really the bulk of the activity here looks to be for the coast, northern Trinity County and most of Siskiyou County, and then as you head southward in the valley, the chances aren't going to be all that high. So we'll have to watch this as we go into your Saturday, Friday night and Saturday. That may kind of spread out a little bit more. So looking at the same forecast model that we just looked at through Friday, you can see it's picking up on most of the rain off to the north and west and not as much as you head to the south and not to mention off to the east. All right, so now we take a look at the long-range forecast model. Here we are, of course, Friday. We're going to take you into Saturday. By noon, this model keeps it and kicks it on out of here by noon. However, the European forecast model has it lingering around. It's longer, even for parts of the valley. So I've included still a chance for some activity here on Saturday. By Sunday, though, it's completely gone. We keep it dry through at least the middle of next week. You can see the monsoon moisture trying to kick in from the south, but still at this point doesn't look very promising. Now we look at the long-range forecast model rain totals through Saturday. Again, you get the idea. You see where most of the rain is here? north and west of the valley. North end of the valley seeing most of it. You see less as you head south, and we're seeing less in the way of rainfall off to the east. So that's going to be the main footprint, is that most of it will be kind of in this general area right here, kind of filled in, where we could see upwards of 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rainfall once all is said and done, but only a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall for areas that don't get caught under the storm. So here's the overall pattern, all right? Let's talk about this. Here's the area of low pressure, winds associated with it. So by the time we get into Thursday and Friday, those winds are kicking in. Now look where the area of low pressure is on Friday. It's not right on top of us. We're kind of in that flow. So this is where the most amount of instability is, right here. That's why we're not seeing as much activity as you head down to the south and to the east. See, what happens is, as we go into Saturday, it starts to kind of kick off to the north and east. So it really doesn't completely move through us, which is why we're not going to see a ton of rainfall in some areas here. But it's going to be windy. It's going to be much colder. We're looking at snow levels between 7,000 and 8,000 feet. We're looking at heavy rainfall. We're looking at thunderstorms. So it's all going to happen. But by the time we get into Saturday, you can see this model kicks it off way off to our east. And then we've got high pressure coming in from the southwest that'll start to kind of build in here through next week, and that will give us an increase in our temperatures. I'm expecting that we go from 70s in the valley on Saturday to the triple digits by early next week, and most likely through a good portion of next week. In fact, you can see here, there's that dip in the temperatures, back up closer to normal as we take you through next week. Nothing unusual, but certainly going to be a bit warmer out there. There's a look at your wave heights for today. We do have that approaching storm system. You can see here those wave heights really starting to kind of pick up here and getting closer to us as we go into Thursday and probably Friday as well. There's your marine forecast. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the northwest at 3 feet at 5 seconds. And from the northwest at 2 feet at about 9 seconds. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 80s. We do have, of course, dry conditions today. Not a lot going on Thursday. You saw that on Futurecast, so I still have a chance in there, though. That's the main event Friday, and then maybe some showers still lingering on Saturday. For the North Coast, I think we can see some of the showers kind of kicking in here by late in the day Thursday. Better chances on Friday afternoon. And then there you can see Saturday, it kind of kicks on out. Let's take a look at your north coast to the north, and you can see Orleans about 84 today, 84 degrees in Hoopa. So temperatures, yeah, they're not warming up a whole lot. We take you off to Siskiyou County, and there you can see a Gazelle about 84, 83 degrees for Fort Jones, and 88 for Happy Camp. Now, I do expect Thursday afternoon, we could see some thunderstorms in especially central Siskiyou County, say around the I-5 corridor there. That's where the best chances will be. And then on Friday, more showers and thunderstorms. And then it looks like just maybe a few lingering showers, especially for the first half of the day on Saturday. Modoc County, I think you'll be dry today. Got a slight chance in there for your Thursday, but honestly, it's going to be late in the day, probably in the evening hours. And then Friday, a chance for thunderstorms. And then since the storm system's moving from east to west, or excuse me, from west to east, it's going to take a little bit longer for it to move out of Modoc County. So I think there's a better chance we could see, at least in the morning, maybe some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. And then by Sunday, it's completely gone. It's out of here, and then it's warming back up for Monday, Tuesday. Here's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. 85 in Susanville, 80 for Chester, 83 for Paradise, and Bernie about 81. Same situation here. Dry today, most likely dry tomorrow as well, all day Thursday. And then by Friday, Saturday, that's when we see the chance. It's going to be Friday evening, Friday night, Saturday morning that I think we'll see the bulk of the thunderstorms here. Got snow levels around 7,000 feet. Yeah, isn't that crazy? In August, we're talking about snow. I mean, it's not going to be a ton, but we could see some snow above 7,000, 8,000 feet. It dries out and warms up for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south. Temperatures mainly around 90, give or take here for Los Molinos southward. I think it'll be dry in Chico on Thursday. And really honestly on Friday, yes, you could see a stray shower, a stray thunderstorm. But much like the last storm, most of it will be to the north of Chico. And then Saturday, yeah, maybe a lingering shower in the morning. And then it looks like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it dries out and warms up. Taking a look at your forecast to the north here, of course, dry today. Now, late in the day tomorrow, Red Bluff, Redding could see a chance for an afternoon shower, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. But I think any thunderstorms will mainly be held off until Friday afternoon. Saturday, we could see some lingering showers and thunderstorms, especially in the morning, and then decreasing by the afternoon. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it warms up. And of course, that's the case for Redding, right? You got those afternoon possibility for showers and thunderstorms on Thursday, better chances Friday afternoon. And then it looks like, yeah, it's drying out. We're going from 72, we're talking almost a 30-degree spread from Friday to Tuesday of next week. All right, that's your morning update. We'll be right back here at noon. Have a great morning.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.